Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and put your hands together for the MC, his last year as our Master of Ceremonies, originally from Colombia, now at the University of Ottawa, neuroradiologist extraordinaire, Dr. Carlos Torres!
Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much. This is always fun. Bienvenue au Congrès scientifique annuel 2026 de la CAR. C'est un honneur d'être votre hôte pour cette soirée. Good evening, everyone. My name is Carlos Torres, and I'm your Master of Ceremonies. I am a neuroradiologist and a full professor of radiology at the University of Ottawa Faculty of Medicine. I'm also a former CAR board director. The award ceremony is about recognizing our radiology leaders, innovators, and talent. This is an evening of celebration and an opportunity to acknowledge our leaders in the radiology community. I'm so thrilled to be your host for the fourth year in a row and to be here with all of you tonight. The evening's lineup will consist of the presentation of the Canadian Radiological Foundation Awards, followed by the presentation of the CARJ Awards and the CAR Awards. We will not be inviting all of the award recipients on stage this evening. We will, however, be featuring the names and photos of our winners on the screen. When announced, I invite the recipients to stand and welcome the audience applause of these individuals in recognition of their contribution to radiology in Canada. Further, at the end of the ceremony, I invite all of the award recipients mentioned this evening to come to the front of the room to take a photo. We will also be inviting Canadian radiology women to the stage for a group photo following the photos with the award recipients. Before we begin this evening's ceremony, I would like to invite Dr. Satish Krishna Jajaraj to the stage. Satish, where are you?
Thank you.
Dr. Jajaraj is an abdominal radiologist practicing at the University of Toronto. You also may remember him for his popular radiologist podcast series. Dr. Jajaraj is very involved with the CAR, and he's the last year's CAR Investigator Award recipient. Welcome, Satish. Dr. Jajaraj will be your incoming Master of Ceremonies next year for the CAR 2027. I am confident passing the torch to him and believe you will be in very capable hands. Thank you, Satish.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Next, I would like to thank all of our sponsors for their contributions to our annual scientific meeting. Without you, this event would not be possible. I especially would like to thank MD Financial Management, Scotiabank, CAR's longtime partner, for sponsoring this evening's award ceremony. I would like to introduce Kevin Ronsaback, Director of Strategic Partnership with Scotia Wealth Management. Kevin has over 18 years of experience in financial services and has held progressively senior leadership roles across the country. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Ronsaback to the stage.
Good evening. I'm truly honored to be here tonight on behalf of MD Financial Management and Scotiabank. Thank you so much for welcoming us to such a meaningful celebration, but also want to say thank you for welcoming me. Over the past several days, I've had the opportunity to attend my first ever annual scientific meeting. And I can honestly say that I'm truly blown away. I'm being blown away by the incredible passion and talent that is in the room, but also those that I've met throughout the past several days. I'm blown away by the passion for growth, continuous education, but also the commitment to excellence. But most importantly, I'm blown away by how important you all are focused on patient care. I'm proud to be here today on behalf of the bank, and we're here to celebrate and recognize excellence in your profession. I want to congratulate all of tonight's winners. Your work has set a powerful example, not just within radiology, but across all of healthcare. You represent the very best in your profession, clinically, academically, and as leaders supporting your teams, your peers, and your patients, here in Canada and beyond. It's a privilege to be a part of this community and to be here tonight celebrating with you all. So I want to say congratulations to all of tonight's award recipients. We are honored to be here to celebrate with you, and we want to thank you for all that you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks again once more to MD Financial Management and Scotiabank. Kevin, I think you have to come for a photo. Before I let you go. Thank you so much. Fantastic. I would now like to invite Dr. Emile Lee, our official annual scientific meeting ambassador extraordinaire, CAR past president and Canadian Radiological Foundation president, to the stage for the handing out of the awards. Please come to the stage, Emile.
Thank you, Carlos. I am so happy to be back for another year. Before we present the awards supported by the Canadian Radiological Foundation, I would like to take this opportunity to give you just a really quick overview of what the foundation is and what we do. The CRF ensures the sustainable future of patient-focused radiology research, education, and innovation excellence in Canada and beyond. As such, the CRF finances research projects, leadership courses in radiology, the CAR's ASM Scientific Awards, reports and guidelines, and medical student awards. We are most grateful to those donors who continue to support us throughout the years. For those who have not been a regular donor, we would encourage you to look through the valuable projects and programs the CRF supports and ask you to seriously consider helping fund this crucial work and the future of Canadian radiology by making a donation. Our first category will focus on the recognition of abstract submissions as they pertain to the following categories: Radiologists in Training Research Project, Scientific Research Project, Quality Improvement Project, and Educational Exhibits. This year, the CAR received over 187 submissions. Our judges were thoroughly impressed by the caliber of the research in all categories. It was very difficult, as always, to select the top research projects as they were all excellent. However, there can only be a few winners. I will be presenting these awards from third to first place in each category. We will begin with the Radiologists in Training Research Project Awards. So in third place, Clinical and socio-demographic factors linked to missed outpatient breast imaging appointments. Presenting author, Brian Sang from the University of Ottawa. And if you're in the audience, we would invite you to stand with each name that we pull out. Okay. In second place, F-DOPA PET-CT for differentiating primary brain tumor occurrence from radiation necrosis, a Canadian experience. Xian Chen from the University of Alberta. Woo! Okay, that's the response we're going for. And in first place, differentiating inflammatory myopathies from muscular dystrophies using functional IVIM and structural whole body MRI. Presenting author Sono Khan from multiple institutions, the University of Ottawa. Next, we have Scientific research project winners. In third place, automated and anonymized on-device computer vision model to classify CT Suite workflow and derive operational performance indicators. Presenting author, Malia Imami from the University of Toronto. In second place, prognostic utility of left atrial and left ventricular strain by cardiac magnetic resonance imaging in patients with Takotsubo syndrome. Presenting author, Gerald Garvin Lim. From the University of Ottawa. And in first place, value of dual energy CT in the diagnosis of gangrenous cholecystitis, a preliminary single center retrospective analysis. Presenting author, Osama Mujid. From okay, I'm going to betray a bias here. From the University of British Columbia. Woohoo! I don't have to be objective. Quality improvement projects are next. The winners are, in third place, reducing wait times for outpatient liver biopsy in a regional health authority in Canada. Presenting author, Justin Blackman. From two in a row, the University of British Columbia. Second place, dose optimization and image quality in PET-CT, aligning with provincial technical recommendations. Presenting author, Hannah Brown. From Queen's University. And in first place, Technetium 99M, HMPAO leukocyte labeling efficacy between nuclear medicine departments in a Canadian city. Presenting author, Cindy Xian. From, I think you can tell where they're from, the University of Alberta. Fantastic. And next, educational exhibit competition winners. In third place, Demystifying Substance Abuse-Related Lung Injury Patterns, author Smiley Sharma. From the University of Toronto. In second place, In the Eye of the Beholder, An Approach to Orbital Inflammatory Pathologies by Warda Limaya from the University of British Columbia. And in first place, Microultrasound Prima Scoring in Prostate Cancer, Correlation with MRI and Histopathology by Veena Fan, presenting author. From the University of Alberta. Amazing. And next, the Canada Safe Imaging Radiation Safety Award is granted by the Canadian Radiological Foundation to Ire Yilmaz, as well as the members of the Canadian Association for Interventional Radiology Radiation Safety Committee. Ire is a third-year medical student at Western University who was awarded for his paper evaluating radiation safety knowledge and dose awareness among Canadian healthcare trainees, a multi-center study. Congratulations. The next awards are a joint recognition from the Canadian Radiological Foundation and the Canadian Heads of Academic Radiology. They recognize excellence and provide funding for radiology research. As president of the Canadian Radiological Foundation, it gives me great pleasure to be presenting these awards. There are 3 winners this year Please join me in congratulating Dr. Kay Wu, resident at Toronto General Hospital, for development and validation of a large language model application for automatic Bosniak classification of cystic renal masses, the Audio Bosniak Calculator. Next, Dr. Jeremy Dana, radiologist at CHUM, for pilot study for the development of MR microscopy for hepatocellular carcinoma. And Dr. Joanna Ospel, radiologist at Foothills Medical Center, University of Calgary, for real-world treatment and trial participation of patients with acute medium vessel occlusion stroke, the REAL MEVO study. The CRF and CHAR also have a keen interest in the future of radiology and are working to support medical students and encourage radiology as a specialty in Canada, given they are our future. The Radiology Leadership Scholarship Award this year was granted to two very deserving candidates, Jimin Lee from the University of Toronto, and Alexandra Hodder from Memorial University. The Radiology Research Summer Studentship Award was granted to Mo Ghassempurabadi from Laval University for dual energy CT applications in abdominal oncology, quantitative imaging for pancreatic and gastric cancer. And thank you so much and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you very much, Emile. Next is the CARJ Awards. The Canadian Association of Radiologists Journal is a key aspect of the CAR's work to support radiology research and education in Canada. I'd like to hand things over now to Dr. Michael Patlas, Editor-in-Chief of the Canadian Radiology Journal, to present the CARJ Awards. Welcome, Michael.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. Ability of the journal to publish first-rate scientific and educational content is a direct result of the efforts of its peer reviewers. During the period from July 2024 through June 2025, there were 79 individuals who reviewed manuscripts submitted to the CR journal. Among these reviewers, 18 colleagues distinguished themselves by providing exceptionally high quality and timely reviews, and we acknowledge their standout efforts with 2025 CR Journal Outstanding Reviewer Awards. Recipients: Dr. Mustafa Labusi from Ontario, Dr. Paul Babin from Ontario, Dr. Jackie Chow from Alberta, Dr. Linda Chu from United States, Dr. François Corneli from United States, Dr. Renata Coccolo from Italy, Dr. Monel Kuri from Quebec, Dr. Birgit Ertel-Wagner from Ontario, Dr. Bo Gong from Ontario, Dr. Kate Hanneman from Ontario, Dr. Ian Kirkpatrick from Manitoba, Dr. Sebastian Maffel from Ontario, Dr. Matthew McInnes from Ontario, Dr. Benoit Messoral from France, Dr. Karl Narvakan from Ontario, Dr. Daniel Pinto dos Santos from Germany, Dr. Linda Probin from Ontario, and Dr. Carolina Souza from Ontario. On behalf of the editorial board of the journal and the Canadian Association of Radiologists, I would like to congratulate our award winners and extend our gratitude to them for their dedication to the journal and its mission. Next, we move to CR Journal Editors Award. This award recognizes research papers of quality and importance which have a high potential scientific and clinical impact. The award winner is determined by selection committee, which is comprised of members of CR Journal Editorial Board and Standing Committee. And our winner this year is article, Quantitative Assessment of Computed Tomography Energy Use and Cost Savings Through Overnight and Weekend Power Down in the Radiology Department, The study offers the first quantitative evidence that powering down CT scanners during non-operational hours can significantly reduce energy consumption and costs without disrupting clinical workflow. The authors demonstrate how simple operational changes can yield substantial environmental and economic benefits, highlighting the value of collaboration across clinical, engineering, and facility teams. Congratulations to all the authors. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Patlas. Now let us move into recognition of this year's CAR's award winners. I'd like to start by recognizing our Gold Medal Award winner. The CR Gold Medal Award is presented to a long-time member of the CR who has made outstanding contributions to the association, as well as to the profession of radiology in Canada. It is the CR's highest honor. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Gilles Soulès, CR's Gold Medal Award recipient this year. Dr. Soulès is a full professor at the Department of Radiology, Radiation Oncology, and Nuclear Medicine at the University of Montreal, a vascular and interventional radiologist at the Centre Hospitalier de l'Université de Montréal. He is a clinical scientist and has received the Fonds de Recherche Santé Québec awards from the Junior 1 to National Scientist. He's a past president of this society, the Canadian Association of Radiologists. Dr. Soulès is currently the head of the Department of Radiology and Nuclear Medicine at CHUM. He has a strong focus on research. He has received support from the Canadian Fund of Innovation, from CIHR, from Natural Science and Engineering Research Council, from the Fonds de la Recherche de Santé du Québec, and the Canadian First Research Excellence Fund. Dr. Soulès has published 268 peer-reviewed papers. He holds 9 patents, and he's very active in technological transfers with leading companies in this field. Welcome to the stage, Gilles.
Thank you to all. A few words in French to start, then in English. Chers collègues, je tiens tout d'abord à remercier l'Association canadienne de radiologie pour cet honneur que j'accepte avec humilité. Beaucoup de collègues qui ont reçu cette distinction dans le passé ont significativement influencé et inspiré ma carrière. Early in my training, I hesitated between radiology and surgery. One night on call, 40 years ago, I witnessed a pulmonary angiography for a patient with a PE in the ICU. In that moment, I realized I found my path. I chose vascular and interventional radiology without imagining how far the field would evolve to the point that now we are saving lives doing thrombectomy to those patients. Throughout my career, I've been fascinated by the evolution of our discipline. From the early days of CT and MR to today, innovation has continuously reshaped our practice. And now, with the arrival of artificial intelligence, we are at a pivotal moment. Radiology is at the forefront of the transformation, and we have all both the opportunity and the responsibility to ensure that these advances truly benefit our patients and our healthcare systems. In this regard, the Canadian Association of Radiologists has played a critical leadership role. I would especially like to acknowledge the AI working group of the CAR, Anne Tang, Darren Chung, Laurent Letourneau, for their remarkable contributions in establishing ethical and clinical framework that guide us through this important transition. At the same time, we must remain vigilant. The expansion of remote reading, accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic, offers clear advantages, but also a risk of distancing us from our essential role as a clinical consultant. If we are not careful, diagnostic radiology could become commoditized, a commodity. It's therefore essential that we continue to be engaged and to engage directly with patients and clinical teams, reinforcing our values as physicians, not just as image interpreters. Another topic that is particularly important to me is the close relationship between diagnostic and interventional radiology. Our strengths as interventional radiologists come from our deep expertise in imaging. This is our unique competitive advantage, and it depends on strong collaboration within our specialty between IR and DI. I've been incredibly fortunate to work with outstanding colleagues in interventional radiology, and I want to thank them for their friendship and collaboration. Éric Terrasse, Vincent Oliva, Pierre Perrault, Marie-France Giroux, Louis Bouchard, Ricardo Amaral, Alexis Valin-Doyon, Audrey Follen. I've also been privileged throughout my career to work with exceptional mentors, colleagues, and research partners, both in France and in Canada. Moving to Canada was a life-changing decision, guided not only by professional opportunity, but by love. As we say in Quebec, qui prend femme, prend pays. Meeting my wife, José, brought me here, and together we have built a life that has been both personally and professionally fulfilling. Research has been a central part of my journey. It is more important than ever for our specialty. In a field evolving as rapidly as ours, research must be translational, integrating biomedical engineering, physics, and clinical practice, and increasingly more important, socioeconomic impact. This is the vision of the living laboratory. I'm deeply grateful to all my research collaborators and team members who have contributed to all the work we have done, Guy Cloutier, Sophie Leroux, Jacques Deguise, Anne Tang, Laurent Letourneau. My graduate students, all my residents and fellows. Always listen to residents and fellows. They have interesting feedback to provide you, and you can think about outside the box. And my research assistant associate at the CHUM Research Center. My involvement with the CIR has been one of the most rewarding aspects of my career. It has allowed me to collaborate with outstanding colleagues across the country, to promote excellence in radiology and to advocate for our profession at the national level. I would like to thank all the board members, colleagues, Jacques Lévesque, Willie Miller, Emile Lee, Mike Berry, Anya Killer, Alison Harris, Chippy King, Michael Patlas, and big kudos to Nick Neuheimer and our beloved CIR staff. A round of applause for them. who have made this experience so meaningful. I would also like to acknowledge the support of my colleagues and leaders at University of Montréal, Pierre Bourgoin, Isabelle Trop, Carl Chartrand-Lefebvre, and all the colleagues in my clinical department. I have not enough time to name them. They are doing so much to advance our discipline. Finalement, je remercie ma famille, que j'aime et que j'aimerais par-dessus tout. Ils m'ont supporté, malgré mes multiples absences à la maison. Ma fille Amélie, mon fils Arnaud sont devenus des êtres humains dont nous sommes particulièrement fiers. Finalement, José, ma femme, qui m'a accompagné avec amour et bienveillance tout au long de ma carrière, a été une source incroyable d'inspiration. Elle a eu dans sa propre carrière un leadership exceptionnel, mais aussi dans notre famille. Elle a su me conseiller toujours avec bienveillance, amour et, comme toute femme québécoise, me rappeler à l'ordre quand nécessaire. José, je t'aime et merci pour la merveilleuse aventure de notre vie commune.
Just like the wild wind does, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the wild wind does, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like strands
Congratulations again, Gilles. The CAR's Distinguished Career Achievement Award is presented to an individual who, over the course of their career, has made very significant contributions to radiology in Canada. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Caroline Reinhold, CAR's Distinguished Career Award recipient. Dr. Reinhold is a professor and associate chair of the Department of Radiology at McGill University Health Center in Montreal and co-director of the Augmented Intelligence Precision Laboratory of the MUHC Research Institute. She was a pioneer of body MRI in Canada and international, having been among the first investigators to recognize the application of heavily T2-weighted sequences to generate MR cholangiopancreatography images. In addition, she has chaired and participated in numerous committees, received dozens of awards from various prestigious imaging societies. She has held several deputy editor positions in leading journals, including Radiology and CARJ. She has published more than 350 papers and book chapters and received over $10 million in peer-reviewed funding. As a dedicated radiologist and passionate teacher, she has mentored numerous trainees, many of whom now hold senior academic and industry leadership positions. Please come to the stage to receive your award, Dr.
Thank you very much, colleagues and friends. It's a tremendous honor for me to receive the Distinguished Career Award of the Canadian Association of Radiologists, a society that has shown incredible leadership in promoting radiology, not only in Canada, but also abroad. It is with humility that I join the ranks of the many deserving individuals who have received this prestigious award before me. It's been a privilege and pleasure to contribute to the advancement of radiology throughout my career. The driving force has been and continues to be my insatiable curiosity and an unwillingness to accept the status quo when the latter falls short of excellence. The last 25 plus years have been truly amazing, the golden years of radiology, and I was fortunate to be part of that. We, as a radiological community, brought radiology out from the back rooms as a poorly valued service to a specialty that is now at the forefront and a driver of patient care. This was achieved in part by technological innovations, but equally important by the development of new imaging applications, the creation of a large body of research to continuously strive for excellence in image interpretation and bringing increasing value to patient care, including the development of imaging guidelines and standardized reporting systems, areas in which the CAR has played a leading role worldwide. Every generation faces challenges, and our specialty is entering uncharted territory with AI. But with challenges come opportunities. However, opportunities are created by engagement, innovation, dedication, and excellence by its members. This reminds me of one of my favorite poems, A Psalm of Life, written by Henry Longfellow in 1838. This poem serves as a call to action, urging readers to live actively with purpose rather than passively. The following stanza is particularly apt to our specialty in this new era of AI. In the world's broad field of battle, in this bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. More than ever, we need to take a front seat at the table so that we can continue to shape the direction of our specialty and advocate for our patients. Otherwise, we face the risk of being driven by technocrats and administrators whose interests and deliverables may not always align with the excellence in patient care. It is important to acknowledge that anything I have achieved has been due to the tremendous support I have received from my many mentors, collaborators, members of my research lab, colleagues at the MUHC and elsewhere, the many trainees, and my family. There are far too many individuals to thank and not enough time to list everyone. But you know who you are. Please accept my infinite gratitude. I would like to thank Janet Taylor for taking the time to nominate me for this award, as well as the awards committee and the board of the CER for this tremendous honor. I would like to thank my parents who instilled in me a strong work ethic and moral compass and traveled the world with me looking after my children while I lectured, as I could not bear to be separated from them. I would like to thank my loving husband, Elric, who never complained when I sat at my computer for hours on end after the children were put to bed. And finally, our 2 adult children, Eric and Alexia, who are my pride and joy and taught me what is truly important in life. Thank you again for this honor.
Congratulations again, Dr. Reinhold. The CER Investigator Award is presented to an individual in the early stages of their career. It recognizes exceptional contributions to medical imaging-related research. It is my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Chris Fung, CER's Investigator Award recipient. Dr. Fung is the chair of the CER Annual Scientific Meeting Planning Committee this year. He's also a member of the CER Incidental Findings Standing Committee and the Referrals Guidelines Working Group. Dr. Fung is an associate professor of radiology and a subspecialty abdominal radiologist practicing at the University of Alberta Hospital in Edmonton. In addition to teaching, Dr. Fung's research focuses on appropriateness and guideline creation, prostate cancer, and pancreatic disease. He enjoys typical Canadian sports such as curling and hockey, as well as chastising his 4 children for not reading enough. Welcome to the stage, Chris. Where are you? Oh.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. It was a real surprise, and I'm very honored to receive this award and be selected, so thank you. When I found out I had to give a speech to receive this award, I was initially planning on quoting Joe Pesci. Those who know, when he received his Academy Award in 1991, he famously came to the stage and said, "It is my privilege, thank you," and then left. However, if you've attended the conference itself, rather than the city of Montreal over the past 2 days, you would have heard me standing at this podium a fair bit already. Upon reflection, I realized that while there's often plenty of opportunity to have people hear your voice, it's actually rare for one to be granted the opportunity to have several hundred of your peers actually listen to what you want them to hear. So, first and foremost, the thanks. Thank you to my group, MIC Medical Imaging. MIC provided me the time, support, and everything I needed to pursue all the projects and ideas I could come up with. And I wouldn't be standing here today without the support of my colleagues. Thanks as well to my chair, Dr. Derek Emery, who pushed me to apply for this award in the first place, and continues to keep me in line. I also have to shout out to our medical students and our amazing residents at the University of Alberta. As I told those who could hear me over the noise in the restaurant last night, it's almost impossible to publish on your own, and it's substantially easier when you have someone write your papers for you. They do write most of mine, and despite their occasionally limited attendance at Journal Club and this conference, they do a pretty good job of it. Speaking of writing papers, I have to thank Candace Hamill, Courtney Green, and the rest of the CAR staff, without whom all those guidelines that you heard about and the white papers that you hear about would never have been written. There aren't any actually words to describe the kind of work you do for this specialty every day. A little over 20 years ago, summer after finishing my first year of math at the University of Alberta, I called my high school math teacher, Mark Sefton. to let him know he'd inspired me to become a high school math teacher, just like him. After a few seconds of stunned silence, he changed my life by telling me the truth. He said, "Chris, I know you really well. You're going to be bored to tears in 5 years if you become a math teacher. Have you ever thought about medicine? Teachers and mentors in the room, you matter. You'll never know when you have the chance to make the tremendous difference somebody's life will take." Thanks to my math teacher, Mr. Sefton. I've never been here today if he didn't tell me that. Fast forward a few years, I'm at the end of my third year medical school. I decided I didn't want to be a surgeon, and I did a small weekend project with Dr. John Abele, who actually was on one of those projects. He asked me where we should try to publish this thing, and I had only worked on it a couple weekends, and I'd only known ENT. And so because I only knew the ENT at the time, I was like, is there like a journal called Radiology? It's the only journal that probably I've ever heard of. John didn't laugh. He didn't try to dissuade me. He said, "I've never actually tried submitting to that one. Sure, we'll just send it in." And a few months later, our 2-person project was actually accepted. To all the research mentors in the room, be like John Abele. If your students' ideas seem far-fetched or crazy, if you can afford that time, you never know what'll happen unless you try it. A year later, some of you in the room might remember the interviews that I did for radiology. At one of the Ontario schools, they asked me about that paper and my future as an academic. And I said to the interview panel at that time, "I just did that paper because I thought research was a requirement for radiology. I hate research. I'll never do research if I don't have to do it." And to all the trainees in the room, research is a lot broader than you might think. Those who published with me know that the detailed, super scientific research that many in this room are capable of, they're fantastic, but it's not my area of strength. I rarely, if ever, publish it. I'm sorry, Michael. This is why I never published in CRJ for real. But if you enjoy changing the world around you to make it better, research in the form of guidelines, white papers, other collaborative works can get you there. And they're nothing like drawing 1,000 ROIs and doing some statistical analysis, which is what that paper was. Oh my goodness, I lost a page, but that's okay. To those who know me, I'm not scared of sharing my opinion, so I have to thank Dr. Bill Anderson, who sent me the draft of the then new Incidental Findings Working Group paper on renal masses. I read it, and then I shredded that paper with a 2-page rebuttal asking things like, "Why are you saying this? And do you realize what will happen if you recommend that? And the reference that you cited actually really doesn't say that." And it was 2 full pages of 8-point font that went back to Ian Kirkpatrick, who I'd never met before. And instead of Ian saying, "Oh, well, this guy's crazy," or like crying and saying, "I'm gonna, have to deal with this line by line," he actually sent me an email. He said, "Dear Dr. Fung, would you be interested in perhaps joining this committee?" He regrets it to this day. But several papers later, we became really good friends. And so the lesson to me there is your critics can become some of your best allies and some of your best friends if you embrace them. Finally, the only thing I really wanted to say was thank you. In the background of all of this stuff that happened, my wife was there, my 4 kids were there, Isaac, Sophia, Oliver, Emily. They were there for some of it anyway, because I'm pretty young. But honestly, without the support of my wife, I'd have never made it here. And she's in the front, so thanks to my wife. If you don't mind clapping for her, because she actually flew out yesterday just for this. Thank you. So just like any talk, though, I will summarize. So just to summarize, those who listen to this whole thing, thank you. But just remember, if you're a teacher, tell them straight, you can change a life. If you're a researcher, let your students be crazy. Let them do crazy things, because you never know what it'll do. If you have critics, embrace them. Critics make you better, make you stronger, and can make the whole group stronger. And if you or anything, family, remember what it is that's important to you, because it's what gets you through the day, it's what makes everything important, it's what makes everything worthwhile. And so thank you for this award. It was an honor. Thanks for listening. It was great to say something not about this conference. So, and for everyone who's leaving tonight, you're gonna miss a great show tomorrow morning, that's all I'll say. So, thank you.
Fantastic. Our next category of awards is the Fellowship of the CAR. This is one of the highest honors that the CAR can bestow upon its members. This award recognizes lifelong commitment by and for CAR members to a standard of excellence in the profession of radiology. Recognition as a fellow of the CAR demonstrates a history of service to the CAR as a volunteer in collaboration and leadership, as well as clinical, scientific, and professional accomplishments. This award is also a guide to inspire early to mid-career members towards a pathway to excellence and professional success in radiology. Please join me in welcoming the following FCAR recipients to the stage. Once your name is called and you have accepted your award, please remain on the stage for a photo op. Dr. Maura Brown. Dr. James Clark. Dr. Christopher Funk. Congrats again. Our fellows. Dr. Kate Hanneman. Dr. Angus Hattery. Dr. Bruno Morin. Dr. Isabel Trop. Dr. Christian Vanderpoel. Our fellows, Christian. And Dr. Charlotte Young-King, or Charlotte from Young-King. Charlotte is not here? Okay. So congratulations to all the recipients. And another round of applause. So we'll take a photo now. I would like now to acknowledge some departing board members. Dr. Virginie Demers, Quebec representative. Virginie. Dr. Johnson Lightfoot, ACR representative. Dr. Rui Ning Gong, resident representative. Thank you for your contribution to the CAR and your dedication to Canadian radiology. It is also my honor to welcome our incoming CAR board directors, Dr. Marc-Antoine Henry, Quebec representative. Dr. Chloé Desroches, resident representative. And Dr. David Larson, ACR representative. I would like now to acknowledge a very special group of individuals, our CAR volunteers. The CR is fortunate to have many radiologists who go above and beyond to ensure the highest quality of medical imaging. This is accomplished through the various guidelines, education offerings, and many standing committees and working groups. It is because of the efforts of our volunteers as well as the CR board directors that we are so successful. Your passion for radiology and dedication to the association and your peers is remarkable and should be applauded. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to invite all the CAR volunteers whose names are on the screen to stand so that we can honor you and have the CAR staff go around the room and present you with a small gift. We will... Yeah. Nick, what did you say? Let the gifts fly? That's it, let them fly, let them fly. Natalie, you have to save one for me, please. We will conclude the evening with the CR presidential address. Dr. Alison Harris could not be here tonight. However, Dr. Anya Killer, past president, will be stepping in to say a few words. Welcome, Anya, to the stage.
Thank you, Carlos. Merci beaucoup, Carlos. Dr. Alison Harris, CAR president, could not be here with us this evening, and she sends her deepest regrets. So I am stepping in on her behalf. Chers collègues, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the CAR, CRF, and CHAR award winners this evening. I feel privileged to be surrounded by such high-caliber clinicians and applaud your contributions to radiology in Canada. You are truly shining examples of all of us and well-respected among your peers. In my many years with the CAR, I have seen so much dedication throughout our radiology community, including diagnostic and interventional radiologists. And I thank each and every one of you who have contributed to improving imaging standards, quality imaging care, and access to imaging for Canadians. Je suis très impressionnée par l'excellence de notre communauté radiologique à travers le Canada, et c'est notre principal atout. I also feel very proud of what the CAR has accomplished, and I applaud the dedication of the board of directors. Well, they're not here right now, but they're here. And especially Nick Neuheimer, who is our CEO, and who has been a very strong leader spearheading our priorities at the national level. Round of applause for Nick. Un énorme merci à notre personnel et à notre CEO Nick Neuheimer pour avoir accompli l'impossible et d'amener l'organisation à ce niveau. Je suis certaine que cette trajectoire va continuer. So a couple of highlights that I wanted to make sure that all of you knew because the CAR is working for you. So we have the continued growth of our affiliate groups, including BRC, CSTR, CSAR, lots of acronyms, CTARS, CANSPER, and CSSR. I'm also proud of our partnerships that we have developed over the many years with our provincial counterparts, as well as our national and international partnerships across the globe. Together, we are stronger. And striving to adapt the practices to face the challenges of growing volumes while also focusing on providing better outcomes for our patients. As a result, radiology in Canada is seen more, heard more, and we're better understood. We will continue to advocate on the behalf of all of the radiologists and all of our patients, and we will be looking at the challenges we are currently experiencing in imaging equipment, information technology, and human health resources. Our education portfolio continues to flourish, and we expand on our in-person sessions and also a record number of virtual webinars. I also want to celebrate the success and leadership of Dr. Michael Patlas and the editorial board. Also, a special shout out to Dr. Carlos Torres, who has been a fabulous Master of Ceremonies for the past 4 years. I look forward to welcoming Dr. Satish Krishna Jarayaj, with whom I work in Toronto, for this role next year. Thank you to our CAR membership and for your continued support and for putting confidence in your board. I look forward to another successful year for all of us. Have a wonderful evening, and I will pass things back to Dr. Torres for concluding remarks.
Thank you very much, Anya. This concludes this evening's festivities. I would like to thank you for being such a great audience and for allowing me the opportunity to be your host for such an important event. As you know, I have hosted this event for the last several years, and I have thoroughly enjoyed my time in this role. I feel you're in very capable hands going forward with Satish. Congratulations once again to our award winners. You're exemplary individuals and have set the bar very high for your peers in the Canadian and international radiology communities. I am personally inspired by your work and leadership. Please join me in a last round of applause for our winners. I would like now to invite all award recipients who were not invited to the stage to accept their awards to come to the front of the room now to have their individual photos taken. We will also take a photo with women in radiology and equity, diversity, and inclusion representatives at the front of the stage. Thank you very much.
Just, if I may take your time for a few seconds, just one more time, a huge round of applause for Dr. Carlos Torres. And one thing that you may not know about our amazing CEO, Mr. Nick Neuheimer, this is his 10th year, a decade, of leading us. So if I may ask you, one more round of applause for Mr. Nick Neuheimer.
Just like the wild wind does, sings a song, sounds like she's singing.
And thank you to Emile for being my partner in crime here on stage for 4 years. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. So now if all the award winners can come to the front for a photo op, the ones that were not able to make it before.